Okay, so today we're live from Repro Studios with the Janks. So if you guys will introduce yourselves and tell us what you do individually in the band.
I'm Leon and I play drums. I'm Zachary, and I play guitar, and I sing, and I play keys.
I'm Dylan Zmed, and I play mandolin and I sing.
I am the bass guitarist, not the bass player, the bass guitarist.
What's your name? You gotta give your name.
Oh, my name is Paul.
He's English.
That's his excuse. Okay, so when and why did you start playing music?
I started playing when I was about 15 because my uncle played drums and I thought it was cool. And I kept it going, played a little Guns N' Roses in the garage and kept it going.
What was the question?
When and why did you start playing music?
I think it was 12. I started playing guitar, and it was after I heard Zeppelin 2 that made me want to play. I got into music though a little bit earlier, with like 50s tunes. I liked 50s tunes, Buddy Holly and Del Shannon and stuff. And then why though? When I heard Zeppelin, that was something weird. Something weird happened. Like I had to play. I was like, oh, I have to play guitar now. And I remember it was like a lot of conviction. And then I played ice hockey. I was like, fuck ice hockey. I'm gonna play guitar now. Yeah, that's how it started.
Well, I have a question about the question. Depending on what you define as music, I in like second and third grade, I'd like making noises in class, and I would get kicked out of class, and I could play outside then.
So you disrupted the whole class making noises.
But they were joyful noises.
Like what?
I would talk, like an old man, and like, oh my God, what's the answer to number 7? I don't know, but just like doing weird, like making sounds and doing weird stuff. But no, I think it was Looney Tunes Christmas that really got me into playing music when I was like 8 or 9. But
Was that the same time as The Simpsons Sing the Blues?
yeah, similar time. I was into that, but I never started playing an instrument or really like singing until like out of high school. I played in high school, but I never took it super seriously until that. So, and I joined the band like 3 years ago.
So your musical skills became more animated after you started getting into Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
Well, I started playing when I was 6, I think, or 5 or 6. But I started playing guitar, and I started playing bass a little bit later when I was about 11. And I'm playing bass in this situation. That's why I say I'm a bass guitarist, because I'm really confused.
All right, how did you guys all meet?
Well, I met him at the hospital.
I figured.
And we got along. That would be it was Santa Monica Hospital in 1986. November 9th. I think the next person that I met was Paul. Yeah, through a mutual friend who said to come see the Janks in a prior incarnation. And then Paul ended up working as our producer and engineer. And then another incarnation fell. And then we met Leon. And he says that he came in and auditioned, but all he did was he came in and basically just played the songs like perfectly. So, and then since then we've been going strong for a year, a little bit over a year as this 4. We played our first gig as in this incarnation in April of 2012. Yeah. watch my bridges burn. Here with bated breath, clawing at your chest. I've got a lot to play down, and even more to second guess, especially this feeling deep my breath. Living in denial, living in denial. I've been living in denial, living in denial. I gave you all my love, I bled you all my blood. You took it to another man, some punk no talent hack, for being your new iron love. So don't act so surprised when I see through your disguise. There's nothing left for you to hide behind beside your father's eyes. So won't you please let me come inside? Living in denial, living in denial. Living in denial, living in denial. I want you to go to hell. I don't want you, I don't need you. Now that I'm halfway there, I think I can see that So now here I stand, my dick in my hand, my unborn children crying out to me, saying, Daddy, please don't let Mommy lay with that man. 'Cause when the smoke all clears, along with the ringing in your ears, you wake up next to some stranger, wondering where the fuck I am. Honey, I'm out, this is all my fair. Living in denial, living in denial. Living in denial, living in
And why the name the Janks?
Well, I mean, it's stuck. I didn't want to spend too much time on it, and I think I liked it because it sounded like the Kinks, or it still keeps with the 60s psychedelic tradition that I that I like so much, like writers like McCartney and Lennon and Ray Davies and stuff. But I think, but I also like because it sounds a little irreverent as well. It's and it's not in a Oxford and Webster haven't acknowledged it. So maybe one day. Yeah, it means a lot of different stuff. It can be like fuck, It could mean, it could be a hybrid between jerk and wank, dank and junk. Dank and junk. That's great right there. It can be something that's poor quality and something that is, high quality at the same time, which is maybe has I don't know. It just stuck.
Okay. How do you guys describe your band when someone asks what you sound like?
I think the way that we sort of like the sounds evolve, and now it kind of leans towards that Everly Brothers, Simon and Garfunkel vibe. But I think we still have the essence of like the blues rock era. So it's like the Led Zeppelin is probably the biggest influence as far as just kind of the mixture of the Everly Brothers and Led Zeppelin, trying to find how our worlds meet there, because I think that's the way we hear music anyways. It's pumped up folk music, I guess. So.
That's a good description. What can we expect from the Janks the rest of this year?
Well, you can expect us to be playing a good amount, including a satellite residency in August, and new recordings, a new EP, music videos, and gosh, what am I leaving out? I think that we generally want to up the ante, get a booking agent, a manager, start doing some proper touring, hooking up with some other bands that we really like. A lot of writing, just I think that's a big one, just focusing in and spending the time. It takes time to write generally. Rather, I'd say we're generally inspired people, but it's still, you still have all your work cut out for you. And you have a lot of work ahead of you. It's very rare that a song just happens. Those are rare. It's amazing to me when I hear about like Bob Dylan writing "Blowing in the Wind" in like 15 minutes. I'm like, fucking asshole. And I know that interview with him, I think it was with Ed Bradley on 60 Minutes, where he's talking to him about it, and he's like, I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did it. It's amazing.
house of the Lord. You took it to the streets, and every heathen you meet would hear you repeat. He is the one and only way. If you disagree, you have to pay. Can't run, but you can't hide from the pain inside. You tried to love again, 'cause your best friend died for your sins. Look at you now, living under the throne. A grown man afraid of his own shadow. The blind man's carrying a loaded gun, going round killing in the name of God. Execution day, you'll be on your way. What you expect, sane, beating and sad. The blind man's carrying the loaded gun, going round killing in the name of God. The blood on his hands doesn't make amends, while he still thinks the bullets were heaven sent.
You guys play pretty often around LA. I would say, what, like 3 or 4 times a week sometimes, right? So what are your thoughts about like the current music scene in LA right now?
One thing that I don't see that often is people, just really solid rock bands where the people are just up there sweating it out, like if where there's athleticism involved. You don't see people like Angus Young running around the stage with sweating, and people tend to stand there and play songs now, and that's fine. But I identified with like the athletic experience of playing. Like I don't feel like I'm doing my job unless I'm drenched at the end of a set. But I'd like to know what you guys think about the music scene. I don't know if you guys have anything to add to that. Good.
Let me see here. I mean, I mean, there's so many facets you can think about it, like look at it through different viewfinders, and then each area has its own like counterculture, I suppose. But I mean, we've played in like Santa Monica, San Diego, Huntington Beach, like Riverside, like downtown LA, Silver Lake, and just even up north. Like, but yeah, every show's different. Every night's different. There's like, and people, the amount of people showing up, the amount of like type of band showing up, the type of food they ate that day. I mean, there's so much involved in like what makes the scene the scene. The drummer could have had a bad bean burrito and he wasn't playing as well.
It's hard to drum when you have the toots.
Yeah, so I mean, it's true. It's true though. There's so many elements that go into the scene, but I don't know. I staying and seeing every show is like been super inspiring. Like going to a show and then staying to see every act, and like talking to people, and I really like that because I guess it gets you more connected to the scene. And
we're social creatures. It feels good to be. Oh yeah, it feels good to be connected. But the music scene is great here, though. I feel I'm excited to be a part of it all. There's stuff happening every night. I'm like, I feel like I'm disappointing people every night because I can't go to see every show, and that's a good problem to have. The other places in the country where there's only that one bar to go to, and it definitely simplifies things.
Karaoke bar.
So, yeah, the music scene is, I dig it.
Okay. What advice would you give fellow bands right now?
Come see us play. Come see us play, and we'll see you play.
If you want 4 new fans.
I mean, it really depends on the kind of band that you want to start. I mean, like
we need advice just as
yeah. I mean, where are you writing from? Like, are you writing from your heart? You're writing from your head? Like, are you trying to, or do you want to make money? Do you want to, because it's really strange to be self-serving and write what you want to write and still find a market for it and like figure out how, we're trying to figure that out because I write for myself. I care about other people, but I have to be happy with it or else like I would feel like a piece of shit on stage. And so I feel like on a certain level you have to somewhat believe what you're saying when you're up there. And sometimes I find it surprising that people are up there saying the things that they are saying. But the thing is, I understand people need to make money, and life is really tough. And if music's the only thing you know how to do, and you're not necessarily a songwriter, like you end up in a band that you don't necessarily like that much, but you're out on the road, you're living. So it's hard to really judge people because everything is contextual. So the advice that I would give is that you have to, clearly, like you should follow your heart, but you also should be willing to take the risk and get out there and do things that are outside of your comfort zone. But you just have to name your price in terms of like how much that's going to take away from your your spirit, you know.
Okay, so I have some random questions now for all of you. So, one song you never get tired of listening to.
I think at the moment, ZZ Top's I Gots to Get Paid, or actually it might be Heartbreaking Blue on that album. Yeah, and there's some other stuff as well I'll never get bored of, but that would only impress new age people. Crystal gazes, dolphin hugging, yogurt weaving, you know.
Okay, so if you could tour with any band, past or present, who would it be?
Oh, good lord.
In the band or as our band?
As your band touring with?
Oh man. I mean, it would be. I mean, it would be incredible to. Lord Voldemort.
Have you seen them yet?
Best answer ever I have seen.
Mini Kiss.
Mini Kiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're a dwarf Kiss band.
They're genius. It's so good. It's the best live stage show I've ever seen.
Maybe it would have been better to tour with Zeppelin like circa 73 or something like that, and where we're on jumbo jets and snorting cocaine off people's asses and stuff. That would have been fun.
Somebody's just had a shower, you know. Oh yeah. Yeah, and dry so that it doesn't stick to them.
It's very logical.